Hey there, welcome back folks to another Friday Night Magic. This time we have Abzan pile. Well, I mean, that's generally what all the decks are unless you manage to get something thrown together quite concise. Anyways, I decided to swap out colors, go on to the white instead of the red, so see what kind of things I have in that category. Not that much, but you can make something out of it. So, Abzan stuff, you can take your inspiration from this, see what you like to make more of, if you have more or less of any of these, of course. So I have an Adanto Vanguard, so he's in here, does some damage, does the thing. Got Direfleet Poisoners since I have a play set, and you know, they kill Crashers quite effectively, that's what they're here for. And against control their bodies. Merfolk Branchwalker gets some extra mana. Gideon's Reproach as a nice early removal spell for many things, and targets plenty of things and is relevant to many things in the game, so happy with that. A single cast down because I'm noticing the legends are starting to show up a little bit more, and the cast down at the wrong time? No. Moment of Craving just to have for red. It's all over the place, but these show up when they need to, it seems. And a single treasure map just to have that draw available when it shows up. Not too many this time. 2 Jade Light Rangers for the Explorer again, much like the Branchwalker. We got Gideon of the Trials because he hits hard, basically. Got a History of Benalia. These are things I have, not the plan. It's just the best I can pull for the slot. So History of Benalia, make some guys, that kind of thing. Don't really care about getting in or not. It's what it is. 3 Doomfall for dealing with control and really tall decks. Profane Procession, much the same idea, although it can generally mean GG when it comes out. Take all their creatures away from them. Shalai, Voice of Plenty, is a house. Is an absolute house. Just protect all of your stuff. In general, all of your stuff, anyway. And then we've got 2 cast outs over Ixalan's Binding. We want to be able to cycle into our other things if we can. Cycle into extra mana. Just have that option. Binding would be probably a sideboard option, perhaps. I don't know. But we have Vraska's Contempt as well to kind of balance it out. So that works out that way. We have Karn in here just to draw us some extra cards. We got 2 Regal Caracal just to create a board state out of thin air. This kind of thing that we may need every now and then. Against red, maybe we've killed their first thing, then we drop the Caracal, stop whatever they're doing, or at least slow it down. We got Liliana's Death's Majesty to bring back a few of these powerhouses. Caracal, Shalai, Tyrant. We got 2 Vraska in here to kill off all kinds of random other things, whatever it may be, or just win the game. Then we've got a pair of deserts for each color, and then a few mana things as well. The best free-to-play environment can provide for a mana base. So there we go. So with that, that's the deck, and almost Highlander because it's just so many singletons in it. Anyways, let's get into some games and see how it does. Alright, up against Skarn. On the play, 1 lander. This deck, it's already showing me all the signs of it wants to kill me. Which means that it's an appropriate Thelona deck. Deck not obviously trying to show you that it's killing you, then yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're going to branch walk our way to victory, I guess. And we're just going to keep going through our deck, try to get some favorable draws out of it. As long as we know what our opponent's up to. Which is mostly nothing at this point in time. It's turn 1. Things are complicated. Complicated board state and all that. They are Boros. Which means we're going to be expecting some Path of Metal shenanigans, I'm going to guess. So we need this to 2. Bin it. I want direct removal or big things to get in the way. Like, cast out's super slow for a Boros deck. Let's just push it aside and go to the next thing. Boros Anointer Priest? I mean, okay. Send. There's your 3 life. Can you make it up? Don't know. Branch Walker, which means that his cast out may have been relevant. Another land. 4 puts us to Karn. Karn might get cast out. Based on a deck like this. Lift up, retreat from our opponent. What are they playing in Boros that cares about that? Queen's Commission is not what I had in mind, but okay. Well, we're gonna... Let's take a look at this. Cancel this. Let's look at the board state. We don't have enough pressure right now. We need to find more. So let's hopefully find the answer.
Worse than the likes of you. You may regret that choice.
Branch Walker, Moment of Craving. What do you say? So if Karn somehow disappears, I'm not too sad about those cards disappearing at this matchup. I've been going against Jank all day. Just the weirdest matchups that I have never seen before. So we can't provide enough pressure. The Anointer Priest holds back the small Branch Walker, and this Branch Walker alone is just not going to cut it with their lifelink. Lifelink is the reason to block, and meanwhile Anointer Priest is the reason to attack, and I'm extremely conflicted right now. They give us Moment of Craving, however, which could become important. Steward of Solidarity. So this is some sort of all-in, go wide. Well, we got a moment that, right? What was our other card? Branch Walker. Okay. Let's tick it up some more. Vanguard and Sheffet Dunes. Lots of land. So we can find a way for Lily to work. Is that enough? I mean, just make our own tokens? It seems relevant enough. Muck up the board state on our own terms too.
Everyone. I am in control.
No attacks. We got a real car call out of that. It's very important to realize that we can go wide here. Good game. Excuse me? I guess that was the tilt. I guess he saw that too. Regal Caracal coming back next turn. Just a little bit too much value. Yeah. Okay, that was quick. That was super quick. Anyways. That worked out. Alright, we're up against the MTG meta, which it's Captain Obvious right here. One lander, yeah, this deck seems to be good at that. Please, come on, I'd like to play some Magic. That is the biggest drop you could possibly throw at me. Yep, we're done. I'll mold a 5 and the first thing they do is make you discard. Yeah, we're done. Alright, we're up against St. Julian, and they are on the play. Deciding their hand carefully. Very carefully. With the time taken, that makes me wonder. Did they have the... Nope, they did not have the disconnect. They just feel like taking their sweet time. Doomfall, Poisoner, sure, it seems fine. Removal check in the early game. They'll do. They're not great, but sure. Forsaken Sanctuary. What do you say? Desert of the Glorified. Our opponent doesn't have the meaning, doesn't know the meaning of fervor. So let's make them pick up the pace. It's turn 2. Come on, no excuse. Thematic Compass. So we're against some dumb control deck. I think we want Poisoner on the ready, just to push it so that we can follow up with a Doomfall and screw with their day. So that's exactly what we're going to do. They had a tap land there, so they don't really get much out of that. So let's take a look at that. I could fire the history, but this is probably better for this kind of game. Eldest Reborn, Golden Demises. It's all good versus us. So let's take the Eldest Reborn. That's their value. They're intending to be complete control, which is annoying, to say the least. So creatures aren't winning this. We gotta dance around Vraska's Contempts. We may never win this game. Just saying, we will probably never, ever win this game.
Evil, but not a hideous choice.
How about a Vraska or a Branch Walker? Gives me the one that gets me potential land. We're gonna grab that Vraska, by the way. Or not. Send that in. So we have Branch... Yeah, he knows about the Branch Walker. Let's jam the Branch Walker. Have the Poisoner on the ready next turn in case he Golden Demises. So that we can keep up the pressure. So this is enough to Golden Demise, I'm sure. Or... Yeah, he's going to do that. He's leaving up enough mana for that. There's the Golden Demise. Alright, and then we jam another Poisoner. And we're going to just get in damage where we can. So we're going to need our own cast out to deal with his everything here. So we'll jam that. You get out there. We jam the map. End the turn. Like I said, we're probably never winning this game. Not really. Not really. Our opponent is set up for exactly this. So that any creature-based deck is never going to get through. Azor's Gateway's a problem. Chupacabra is the thing he ditches. Compass off it goes. Actually, yeah, Compass. These lands are problems. We need our Vraska, and we need him to not cast out. Okay, so we're going to set a stop on our upkeep so that it can fire off. Are you enough? I mean, he's got so much creature kill that this doesn't matter, does it? He's tapped down for the most part. Let's find a Haymaker. Let's find a Haymaker, something that truly impacts things. Like our cast out, at least, or something like that. I don't know. So he's waiting for the next chapter of history right here before he fires his thing off. We're still getting in for 4 more at least. Also, let's set this for later. Pass the turn. Golden Demise, here it comes. Our opponent is overkill on creatures. Complete overkill. Yeah. That's why I say we're probably never getting through this. It's because it's just not... It's not going to happen. They're not going to let anything get through whatsoever. Alright, let's try and find a new answer. Jade Light, that sounds good enough. It draws a better set of cards. Yes, yes, yes. You can go away now. So Jade Light down. The Eldest Reborn was the thing I took earlier because I knew he was going to kill all the stuff and beat us with it. So we're going to Jade Light. Graveyard. And a land. So, one more land for the land pile. He's got a Field of Ruin. Very relevant, by the way. He may try to lock us out of card draw. Don't know. That's exactly what he's doing. Which means we shuffle all that stuff back in that we were trying to push away. Yeah, our opponent is purely designed so that if they get past, like, turn 5, they're set. They're just waiting for their answer. Let's get a Black Source, fill that in a little bit. So this treasure's for whatever we want it to be. Got something for this? Phyrexian Scriptures. Okay. So he wants to exile the graveyard. He hasn't presented anything that's actually threatening yet, though. Keep in mind, nothing. That's helpful. Him tapping down this one land is actually relevant because he's got an Azor's Gateway activation. So we are attacking. We're going to blow him out a little bit. In fact, I don't know what to blow him out on. That gateway is nowhere near ready. Okay, so we have all the mana in the world to do exactly what we need to do here. We're going to do it. So first off, we cast out get Karn back. Karn hits the minus.
This will aid us.
Gets Vraska back. Vraska out. Knock out the Phyrexian Scriptures. And there we are. A lot of his game plan ruined. We have 2 Planeswalkers on the field. He's got to come back from this. Another cast out. Targeting Vraska. Loots with the Azor's Gateway, sure. Throws the Cell of the Wreckage under. Feels he doesn't need it. Okay. So it's just Vraska underneath that. Let's tick up.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
Land or land? We're going to make him spend mana. If he's got something, he's got something. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But we're going to make him spend mana because we're in a we're in a spot. We've got Karn, but that's where it ends. We're going to play all our creatures. We're going to do all the things. So we can find potentially another cast out to deal with the Vraska issue. We have to watch this. He's got 3, 4, 4 actually. And another compass. Oh, he's just been in his settles. They don't matter to him. He has yet to actually win the game. He's just causing enough headache for us. Phyrexian Scriptures, another problem, of course. Keep looking.
I'll make use of that later.
G-Stack! So, Forsaken Sanctuary. So next turn, we can pay life for the Adonto Vanguard, keep that in play. So we need a way to end this. Tap down his mana. Make him tap it all down. Okay. And okay. Dude, I played this deck all last season. I'm well aware of its capabilities. You're not gonna take me out. So we're playing the Jade Light Ranger into this. Graveyard. Steal the land. End turn. Pay life to the Vanguard. And resolve. So the Jade Light got us through some chaff at this point in the game. Sure. I mean, we've kept ourselves a creature. They've got all the spires in the world to keep going. So they're hunting for an answer for Karn, most likely. They're hunting for any answer, honestly. Yeah, they're never activating Gateway. They're using it as a filter. They bury a Golden Demise with a Vanguard on the field. The tunes. Keep going.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
Well, we're not getting the Doomfall. We're getting all the lands. Too many lands in these pockets here. Which is annoying. Anyways, he knows about that land, so we send that land. And there's no real point in attacking with that much mana. He's just not going to gain any... Like, we're not getting anything beneficial. When he's low on mana, then I'll consider it. Yeah, that didn't matter. Exile graveyards. That's going to make a confusing exile list that I have to filter through. Spins the land. We're just trying to find a way to deal with things. So we want to find potentially our cast out, cast out their cast out. If that doesn't happen, then if we find Vraska, we Vraska the Azor's Gateway. Keep him away from that, because he's going to slowly work on that as things get comfortable, I'm sure. Yeah, 0, 3, 4 is what he's sitting on right now. Mastermind's Acquisition, which is problematic. We might see the worst happening here. But if he doesn't cast said thing, then we just simply doomfall him. And he didn't. I want to make tokens. I want to make tokens with Karn very soon. So, whatever he acquisition for, we're going to take care of. Good job, Steel, going to grab a card. Crested Sunmare, Moment of Craving. He went for Crested Sunmare for some life gain? Is that it? I don't know. He's got some garbage anyway. Take the Sunmare. Play the Dunes. Play the Carnage Tyrant, which can get settled, by the way, so it's very relevant. We can't attack yet. That said, we also could have contempted the Sunmare, I suppose. So, end the turn. That explains why he binned what he did. All the man in the world's not going to help him that much at this time. It ditches a land. He's not trying to flip it at all. Not even close. But I would like to get to it before he gets the bright idea that that's something he should be doing. Okay, so I'm going to just guess that Karn is on borrowed time. So I'm going to start making the board a little bigger.
Awaken.
And we'll get rid of that Settle the Wreckage eventually. Just not much we can do here. Like I said, like we're never getting through. Not really. This deck is designed so that a creature deck will never, ever, ever get through. You either win in the first couple turns or you don't at all. So what's our opponent doing with that mana? Sure. You're doing things. Congratulations. So the idea is to make a bunch of tokens, make a board state so that he eventually has to answer it. As it stands right now, let's take a look. He has 2 settles in the graveyard. Okay. So this is what we do. He needs to hold up settle no matter what. So we're going to push him in a tough direction. I want to keep at least some of these deserts untapped. So cast out. Take the cast out. Destroy the Azor's Gateway. So that's no longer an option. That's not an out for him. That gives us another treasure. Make another guy.
There is great power in the things we make.
Then we fire this off at this guy. We're going to get our guy in eventually. Sacrifice you. Send you in. He can Moment of Craving the Adonto Vanguard, or he can Moment of Craving this. Doesn't matter. Damn it, I forgot about the Spires. That's annoying. I totally forgot about the Spires. I'm an idiot. I'll give him the oops. Oops. Down to 23 cards. If we see a Sanguine Sacrament, I am conceding this game. Because that's a dirty card that should not be in here. Approach of the Second Sun? Maybe. Sanguine Sacrament? Absolutely not. Okay, so now we've created a board state at the least. The Eldest Reborn. Sacrifice the Vanguard. Since you have Moment of Craving in your hand at all times, I'm not even concerned about the Vanguard. My turn. Destroy the Eldest Reborn. I should have done this first.
Good choice.
We get a land. We're gonna go for some value, get it back here. But we're also gonna create a board state. So that when we can pressure that Settle the Wreckage, we can kill him. So, Vraska, out you go. Ship the turn. We can get Vraska to knock his life to 1, but after that, I don't know. I suppose if we get him down to 1, it pressures him so hard that he has to use Settle versus the Pirate tokens, which is probably our out right now. As it stands, that's our out. Field of Ruin. Yeah, that's not the one I was concerned about. I think the Sheffet Dunes are the ones that are going to be problematic for you here soon. Alright, additional land. I don't know what to take there. Still nothing. Branch Walker. Let's take a look. Let's see where we're going with this. Bin it. Make a token. Again, with all of this, my opponent hasn't shown us any way that he can win. What did we had a Caracol, I believe? Yes. Is a Caracol enough to win? It's enough to go wide enough. Phyrexian Scriptures is a problem, but we've got a Vraska as it stands right now. So, wide enough board state, and we should be okay. Like, what are we looking for at that point? Okay, it wants to tap whatever land it wants. So, another thing. We're just going to go wide enough to Settle the Wreckage doesn't matter. So that's wide enough. He still hasn't shown us a way to win. Like, the cards he's shown us could win in a reactive state, but if our opponent's running a creatureless deck, if our opponent's running, like, if our opponent is facing off versus approach, what do? They lose. So they haven't shown us strategy based on that. Sure. Fine. So I'm saving the Vraska's Contempts for the win conditions if they show up. He's got to show us something here, right? Karn. What's Karn do?
Our actions determine the course of history.
So we're going to see the options, and then we're going to Vraska's Contempt.
Are you certain of your decision?
Damn it! You get settle the wreckage. So it's an approach deck, which means we kill Karn now, we find a way to get through. Okay. So we don't have much time. That's pretty good. We're going to make our opponent waste effort on that. Meanwhile, Gideon of the Trials is going to lock them out for a while. Which means that our Planeswalkers are going to cause issues. We want to keep our Vraska around. Where are you at? You are at 2? 2 loyalty? Right. Tick up then. I want to keep you around as well, as much as I want to make some tokens. Shall I Voice of Plenty or a land? There's a decision for you. So now we can, absolutely can, pressure everything. So you. Make him pull the trigger. If he lets it go, fine. He's just going to maze some of it off. What I want is his life to be super low. As much as Vraska, like, I can't guarantee Vraska, I can't guarantee, like Karn's going to be bringing back an option. Karn's going to be bringing back Shalai. Vraska's going to be putting his life total at 1, and Gideon's going to prevent approach from helping him win.
The gods of this world are worthy of service.
So he's got a lot of hoops to go through in order to survive. That said, he's got a creature killing deck, so Shalai may not make it. But he's got a ton of hoops if he expects to win. He's got 13 cards remaining. Apparently, he's got the only approach in his deck. In exile. Chupacabra. Interesting. Takes out the Caracol? Okay. Chupacabra's not my issue. Alright. So how do we play this one out? Now, I fear for Phyrexian Scriptures. We want Shalai. So we get Shalai. We need Liliana as well to make things a little easier here, like we do. So we're going to knock you out for a minute. Okay, well now what are you doing, opponent? Drawing cards. Okay.
Stand down.
Jam Shalai. Alright. Attacks. That's enough! They can't settle us! And they didn't have something for Shalai. Haha! Got there! Wow, what a game! What a game! Oh, woo! Well, folks, that is a long version of that game. July, total powerhouse, as I said. Total powerhouse. Ooh, we had more crippling things. We had locked our opponent out of every option so that nothing was a good option. And got there. Alright, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got some inspiration from it. I'll be tuning the deck as it goes. And see if we can get some better cards for it over time. So with that, hope you enjoyed. And take care. Bye-bye.